things that we see is this this swing. We saw this come across in the study where there was an equal challenge regarding overtime and downtime, and is that essentially two different branches of the same root problem? You know, is this all coming back to that planning? Because we saw some companies, you know, saying we have a problem where we've got too much overtime. We saw other companies saying the challenge is more around, you know, we've got too much downtime. We saw some companies, quite a few actually, saying that they swang from one to the other, and it was those peaks and troughs. This is something that we looked at when I did the documentary around using a blended workforce and third-party workforces. Is this all coming down to the same kind of challenges, which is essentially a lack of dynamism within the ability to that capacity planning? Kind of seems like that's coming from what you're saying as well. Just talk to me a little bit about that.
That's obviously not the two sides of the coin, right? So,
yeah,
yeah, the lack of, let's say, insufficient, you know, the planning. Okay, so lack of tools, okay, which can help you. Okay, that's probably the answer. Again, let's be realistic. Okay, so no one, at least, you know, in the next couple of years, will be able to provide you a magic tool which will minimize downtime and overtime to zero and make your people management, you know, 100% efficient. Okay, so but to make it as close as possible to optimal. Okay, so
yeah.
That's this is possible, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, talking about magic tools, we're not quite. You know, I know that there's a wry smile in your eyes there when you say that, but you know, one of the things that we saw was a huge majority, 86%, so well over 3/4 of the respondents said that they could do better with staff optimization. You know, utilize driving more productivity. Is that as simple as it is? Just, you know, the right tools not being implemented? Are companies using, and we'll touch on the actual tools that companies are using in a moment, but is it a case that companies are using tools that aren't fit for purpose? And it seems to me, and that was my big takeaway during the report, looking at the research, that there just seems to be a lot of low-hanging fruit, quite frankly, in terms of there can be some quick fixes. Is that a fair assumption?
Difficult question. Okay.
Welcome to the Field Service News Digital Symposium. That's what we do. Do your best. We don't expect magic bullet answers. We expect to put the hard questions out and to try and work through them together. So whatever your thoughts are.
Well, I have some self-respect, therefore I won't say take the magic tool and everything will be fine. Okay, so no, I mean let's be grown up. Okay, so so it's all combination. Okay, so if, you know, statement, you know, which I believe, you know, you've heard many times, hundreds of times, thousands of times. Business should understand, you know, you need to create awareness within the business, you need to change your processes, etc., etc. So it sounds like, you know, the old story, but this is true story. Okay, so old story doesn't mean, you know, it's a bad story. It's a true story. Okay, so you have to realize that you do need help. Okay? You have to build, you know, the road to, you know, to go on, right? Okay, so, and, you know, together, you know, with adjusting your processes a bit, okay, so, and introducing some tools little by little, you know, we're not saying, you know, take and automate everything. Okay, so, but at least take the baby steps. Okay, so if you, just as an example, okay, if you used to plan people's time I'm saying, okay, using let's say Excel, which has been developed by someone dozens of years ago, an organization, and you're doing just fine. Okay, so it's okay. Yes, I can manage. So I have to realize, that probably we can do it in a bit of different way. Okay, so we need to bring all data which we have in organization together. Okay, in terms of, as an example, what customers want. Okay, what they're buying from us. Okay, when they're buying from us. When are the peaks? Okay. What are more productive days and less productive days, okay, etc. We need to look into, how we used to work, a year ago, okay, take the historical information, okay, to, to build, forecast, potentially for the next year, to understand the trends, okay, and then, to act accordingly. Okay, so take the data which you have. Okay, if you don't have a data, or which I don't believe that's the case. You do, but you just need to bring it together. Okay, so bring the data together and building, starting to build a bit of digitalization, in your business. Okay, so and it's probably sounds a bit of what you're talking about. We are the 2021, so everyone already running their business digital. Surprisingly, and we've seen it from from the report. Yes, maybe, but not all the part of your business, and unfortunately, not all the businesses they moved, let's say, so insignificant from their point of view, the parts of their business, to the digital world. Okay, so because it's running, and sometimes they following the approach. If it works, don't touch it. Okay, so which is not always the case. Okay, so probably sometimes you need to touch it. Okay, right?
Yeah.